Certainly. Let's add a prayer at the end of the story that focuses on coping strategies and seeking strength and wisdom during difficult times. In a tranquil village nestled within the rolling hills of Galilee, there existed a garden so extraordinary that it was celebrated far and wide. This garden belonged to Eli, a humble and dedicated gardener whose name was synonymous with both beauty and wisdom. His garden was more than a collection of plants. It was a living testament to the harmony between nature and nurture, a sanctuary where villagers found solace and insight amidst life's challenges. Eli's garden was a vibrant mosaic of colors and fragrances. Sunflowers stood tall like sentinels, roses offered their fragrant blooms, and a variety of herbs and vegetables thrived under Eli's expert care. His garden was a haven for those seeking respite from life's trials, a place where the weary could find peace and the troubled could reflect. One fateful year, a severe drought began to grip the land. The once lush hills of Galilee withered under the relentless sun. Eli's garden, which had always been a testament to prosperity and vitality, started to suffer. The once vibrant leaves turned brown, flowers drooped, and the stream that had provided essential water dwindled to a mere trickle. The drought was relentless, stretching into weeks and then months, and the garden began to show the strain. In the early days of the drought, Eli's heart was heavy with concern. He walked through his garden with a furrowed brow, touching the wilted leaves and examining the cracked soil. Each withered plant seemed like a personal loss, each drooping flower a reflection of his despair. The villagers noticed Eli's distress and gathered around, eager to help but unsure of how to alleviate the suffering. One afternoon, as the sun beat down with an unforgiving intensity, a group of Jesus' disciples arrived at Eli's garden. They had heard of Eli's plight and came seeking both guidance and solace. The disciples found Eli laboring diligently, his hands working carefully to revive his struggling garden. His face bore the marks of both exhaustion and determination. Jesus welcomed the disciples with his customary warmth and led them to a shaded alcove beneath a grand olive tree. The area was adorned with vibrant blooms, and the gentle sound of a small fountain created a soothing ambience. As they sat on stone benches, the disciples prepared to listen to the wisdom Jesus was about to impart. "Dear friends," Jesus began, "I wish to share with you a story about Eli and his garden, a parable filled with lessons on overcoming adversity." The disciples leaned in, their curiosity piqued. Jesus began the tale. Eli's garden, once a paradise of verdant beauty, had become a shadow of its former self due to the drought. Every day Eli toiled in the garden, employing all his knowledge and skills to salvage what he could. His dedication was evident as he worked tirelessly to conserve every drop of water. He fashioned clay pots to collect dew overnight and poured the precious water into barrels. He set up a rudimentary irrigation system using the dwindling stream, channeling what little water remained to the most critical areas of his garden. Despite his best efforts, the drought continued and Eli's spirits were tested. He began reaching out to his neighbors, sharing his concerns and seeking their advice. The villagers gathered in the garden, and together they brainstormed ways to conserve water and support one another. They discussed methods of water collection and conservation, with Eli leading the way by demonstrating techniques for capturing rainwater and reducing waste. This collaboration highlighted the importance of community and collective responsibility during challenging times. Eli's resourcefulness extended to protecting his plants from the intense heat. He constructed makeshift shades from old cloths and wooden frames, creating relief from the harsh sun. He placed large stones around the plants to retain moisture and mitigate the effects of the sun. His inventive solutions were a testament to his commitment to his garden and the well-being of his community. Throughout this period, Eli remained a beacon of hope and kindness. He organized gatherings in the garden, where he shared his experiences and the techniques he had developed. These gatherings became a source of inspiration and mutual support for the villagers. Eli's unwavering optimism and gentle encouragement fostered a spirit of unity and resilience within the community. One poignant moment occurred when Eli discovered a small, nearly lifeless plant. Cradling it tenderly in his hands, he whispered words of encouragement and hope. This act of care demonstrated Eli's deep connection to his garden and his belief in the power of kindness to nurture and restore. As the drought persisted, Eli's dedication inspired the villagers to rally around him. They brought baskets of collected rainwater and shared their limited resources. The community's support bolstered Eli's efforts and reinforced the idea that collective action could make a significant difference. Months passed and finally, the sky darkened with the promise of rain. The disciples observed Eli's excitement as he prepared to capture every drop. When the rain began to fall, Eli danced in the rain with joy, his happiness evident as the moisture revived the parched soil and the plants started to recover. The once brown leaves began to turn green again, flowers began to bloom anew, and the stream flowed with renewed vigor. The rain symbolized a fresh start and a return to vitality for the garden. In the aftermath of the rain, Eli invited the disciples and the villagers to a feast in the garden. The table was adorned with fresh herbs and vegetables, a testament to the garden's revival. As they shared the meal, Eli reflected on the lessons learned during the drought. He spoke of patience, resilience, and the power of mindful action. Jesus then addressed the disciples, saying, "In life, you will encounter periods of drought, times when circumstances seem beyond your control. Just as Eli could not control the weather, you cannot always control the difficulties you face." He continued, "Focus on what you can control. Like Eli, conserve and carefully use your resources. Be patient and persistent. Take deliberate actions to address your challenges. Seek support and create relief where you can. Maintain hope and kindness even when the path is arduous." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the garden, Jesus led the group in a prayer, asking for guidance and strength. Gracious and loving God, in moments of drought and challenge, we turn to you for strength and wisdom. Just as Eli nurtured his garden with patience and care, help us to approach our own trials with perseverance and mindful action. Grant us the clarity to focus on what we can control and the courage to conserve and wisely use our resources. May we find solace in the support of our community, and may we extend our own kindness and encouragement to those around us. In times of scarcity, remind us of the power of patience and the promise of renewal. Bless us with the resilience to face our difficulties and the hope to believe in a brighter future. Let your grace guide our actions, and may our hearts remain steadfast in faith and compassion. We give thanks for the lessons learned through adversity and for the strength we find in you and in each other. Amen. With the prayer resonating in their hearts, the disciples left the garden, carrying with them the lessons of the patient gardener. Inspired by Eli's story and the wisdom of Jesus' teachings, they were ready to face their own challenges with renewed clarity, resilience, and faith in the promise of renewal. This is end of the story. Please like this video and subscribe my channel for more Jesus story like this. May the God watch over you.